Hey, LifeVantage family. My name is Tori Hill from Houma, Louisiana, and I hope you're as excited as I am about our December virtual training. I feel so honored to be with you today, so thank you. Make sure you grab your pen and paper because you're going to hear some incredible things today. I've asked some amazing leaders to join us. I put a lot of thought into this because I want you to walk away today feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to build your business. Tim and I started this journey 9 years ago, and it's the best decision we ever made. We were both working 2 jobs and about to lose our home, which was affecting our marriage because of that financial strain. So when we said yes, we made sure that we were consistent. We had a burning desire for change, great work ethic, and we were teachable and coachable. So today, I want to bring you some golden nuggets on your story, why our story is so important and why we should be sharing that every single day. Our belief in the products, our belief in the company and yourself, a daily method of operation. Do you have a DMO in place? And what I think is really key, and that's the follow-up. You have to figure out a system for the follow-up because like I've said it and I say it all the time, the fortune is in the follow-up. So I want you to take notes with our first guests. They are Pro 9 Fred and Casey Graves out of Louisiana. I've asked them to share their story, their sacrifices that they do on a daily basis, what they see in LifeVantage, where their vision is, and their excitement of where we're going. So are you ready? Fred and Casey, take it away.
All right, I think we're live. What's up, what's up? How y'all doing, Team True Blue? Fred and Casey Graves coming to you guys from Covington, Louisiana. Excited to spend some time with you guys today for this training. And we just want to share a little bit of our insight of our journey so far and where we're at right now. And hopefully where you understand where you're at right now. So I will tell you guys, for the ones that are new to the team, welcome. We're excited. You guys have made a choice of change. It's the hardest and biggest choice you've ever made in your life. Majority of people will just settle for the place that they're in and they'll never make a choice of change, even if they want something different. So applaud yourself, give your pat on the back. You did a good job. Again, you've already made one of the biggest, hardest steps already making that choice of change. So what we want to do is we want to hope to bring you some value today to help you on your journey here with LifeVantage. It's completely changed our life. Life's pretty surreal for us because of this opportunity. Our background, we've been involved for 10 years now. Last month, November of 2009, is when we saw this opportunity for the first time, and it just made sense to me. I grew up in a construction background. I had a lot of highs and lows of success. Made it big, lost it all. And when this fell in my lap, I was at a point in my life where I was searching hard because I lost everything I owned. And here's what I identified, and I'm going to kind of tie some things together for you guys. So you guys can see how my brain thinks about this opportunity and why I said yes. It's pretty simple to realize that we live in a world where things are changing every day. And as technology changes, society adapts, right? There's multi-billion-dollar companies that have taken advantage of this transition that's happening. The Ubers, the Facebooks, the Amazons, the WhatsApp. People are going and creating apps and selling them for billions of dollars because that's where life's heading. And technology is changing so much. It's just not more convenient. It's changing the economy as a whole, right? And so I saw that change coming, and it was kind of frustrating that in traditional business, those companies that were starting, they didn't give me the opportunity to participate. And when you're broke and you're renting a bedroom from a friend because you have nothing, for me, I saw LifeVantage as my way out, our way out. I felt like this was our chance to get back on our feet. You've got the biggest discovery in medicine. You got exclusive rights. Didn't really know how big it could be. They told me what financial freedom was. They told me that if I built a business long enough, if I stuck to the system and I stayed plugged in and never missed a corporate event long enough, that I would hit a level of success to where my family would be getting a paycheck every month, and I wouldn't be trading time for money, and I wouldn't have to worry about workman's comp and general liability and employees. And it all sounded good when they're explaining it. And maybe you're in that situation. Maybe you're in that situation where you've heard it, people try to explain what's possible in this. And I can tell you, listening and being excited about what was possible, it's really hard to put into words what that really looks like and feels like. I can tell you, LifeVantage has changed our life, us from a financial standpoint, but it's impacted our life for the better. We're better people. Our marriage is better. We deal with people better. We know how to communicate with people better. We know how to not judge people. In traditional business before, maybe I judged people more than I should have, not really realizing what their past was. And network marketing's really opened our eyes to what people go through in life, and a lot of people never have a shot. And to me, this opportunity that we're giving people, I feel like it's the opportunity for the masses. And that's what I love what I do, because it doesn't matter your resume, it doesn't matter your background. It really just comes down to, if you have a desire of change, you can take advantage of it. So for 10 years, I can tell you it's been a fun ride. We've had ups and downs, just like life. I mean, doesn't life have ups and downs? You have ups and downs with your kids. You have ups and downs in your marriage. You have ups and downs with your best friend. You have ups and downs in business. You're going to have ups and downs in LifeVantage. But again, when you're starting out this opportunity, the training you're in here today, why it's so important to take these techniques and apply it is you're listening from people that have walked the walk, right? We're not just going to teach you things that we read in a book. We're going to teach you things to speed up your level of success, because we made a lot of mistakes along the way. So I'm going to pass the time a little bit to Casey. She can kind of paint that picture of what we did on the concept of, just remember, when we got started, we talked to everybody that had what we wanted, and they all said the same thing. They said, you stick to the system, you stay plugged in, and you never miss a corporate event. And a lot of times I didn't understand why I needed to go to a presentation because my guest didn't show up. Being at the level that I'm at now, I fully understand the significance and the magnitude of those three principles. And I promise you, you're going to learn techniques today with those three principles. If you stick to it and stay consistent, you're going to have a lot of success in this business. So, Casey, explain to them a little bit of our journey in the last 10 years.
A little bit in the past 10 years. Awesome.
Here's
It's
the
really
right
funny.
there.
Thank you. It's really crazy, actually, because he's telling you about all these things, but what he forgot to tell you is that he had just lost everything, and so did I. So we enrolled with the company on seriously me just believing in Fred and supporting Fred. And him saying, he looked at me and he's like, you don't understand, like, this is the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen a publicly traded company where they have patents on where the medical world is headed, and we get to go and share it with our friends and family. And so we honestly enrolled. He enrolled as a distributor. Weren't even taking the products yet, okay? Because he just saw that this opportunity was going to give us our
We didn't take the
lives
product. We had doubled our money. There was a stack of products in the corner, and she's like, we should probably start taking those.
Yes, and so there is a whole list of things that how it's changed my life as far as the testimonial side. But I'll save that for a different time. But the reality with the business aspect, because I know that you guys are all here to learn, and definitely reach out to me if you have questions about my personal testimony. But the business side of this is that Fred saw something that I didn't see. He saw exactly what I already said. But so then it was like, okay, that's cool. Now you've enrolled. Now you've left us with $200 in our bank account. What's next? Oh, we have to go to these meetings, and we have to go to these meetings, and we're going to these meetings, and we're on these webinars when everybody else is out. We were newly dating. They were out having fun and barbecuing and going out, and they're like, you guys only hang out with people who are in your company, who are only in LifeVantage. What do you think, you're too good for us? And Fred's like, babe, they're not going to give us our time back. They're not going to replace our income. They're not going to help us get back on our feet. This is the opportunity to help us do that. And so he enrolled. He was very successful in the very beginning because he called like 50 people the very first night, and it didn't matter because the urgency was there, because we thought that somebody else might get our group of people. Somebody else is going to contact our people. So he just went to work and called everybody. And so I started trickling
Somebody
in.
would have got my people. And
Yeah.
somebody are probably going to get your people.
If you don't go and tell your friends and family, eventually, you guys, it's going to be a worldwide, this product is going to be in every single household. If you don't go and share it with your friends and family because you're scared what they're going to think, well, somebody else is going to have the confidence and the posture to walk up to them and say, hey, look, you need to check this out. So just be that person. That's the best thing that I can say for that. So 10 years in, I have always supported Fred. Our date nights were going to meetings.
How about our honeymoon?
I was just about to get to that. So we enrolled in November 2009. It's actually been over 10 years now. That's so crazy. We were only dating. We ended up getting engaged in December, married in February, and then the very first event after we enrolled was February 27th, and we just got married February 13th. And he looked at me and he's like, we're not going on honeymoon. And I was like, what? And he goes, we have to go to this elite thing, like this school thing, to go and learn how to do the business. And so that's what we did. And we spent our honeymoon in a room with his sister and brother-in-law on our honeymoon because we didn't have the money to do both. So it's very interesting. A lot of people are like, I don't have the time and I don't have the money. Well, it just depends on what you want out of it. We wanted it. He knew this was our way out, and so we sacrificed a honeymoon. We sacrificed many, many things of barbecues and celebrations and things with people because this was our way out. And I will tell you this: you will never, ever, ever be more. You'll never give up. You'll never sacrifice something that in the long run you feel like it just wasn't worth it.
I didn't want to cut you out, but as you're saying that, that's exactly what's in my head. I'm like, sacrifice. I don't feel like I missed anything. I don't feel like we missed a honeymoon. I mean, we've been gone for the last 3 weeks. I mean, we live our life on a honeymoon because we don't have to answer to anybody, because we have built a well that continues to feed our family, and we get to do what we want when we want with the people we want. And so, it highlights where when you get started in this business, they always talk about your why. You're going to be trained today on how to discover your why. And I'll tell you, your why is your most important part of your business because it eliminates that sacrifice that some people might say. My friends thought we were crazy. Our friends thought we were crazy. We weren't going on honeymoon. Why? Because they had a different vision in life they have a different vision than we did. We had a vision of surrounding yourself with the most successful people and having an opportunity to create this life that we wanted. I mean, that's what opportunity is about. So, hold on a second.
We have dogs. They've been
dogs.
good so far.
I'm going to stop it. We're live. We're real. And the dogs are barking. Sorry about that. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about mindset, because I feel like a lot of the choices we made is because we really dove into changing the way that we think, changing the mindset. And we really want you to really change your mindset in your beginning of your business, or it doesn't matter what rank you are in this company. It's something that you got to continue to do, to always work on and expand the way that we think, because we have so much current against us, right? I compare our business to weight training and food, right? There's so much good food out there. There's so much against you to be in shape, right? It takes a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication, but it's so easy to cheat, have a cheat meal or have a snack, and then before you're having 3 and you're having 4, it's hard. And so with this, same thing, your friends, the people you're around, TV, things you're putting in your brain, it's current against you because the masses, they're looking for security. They don't want an opportunity. A lot of your friends are saying no to this opportunity, or a lot of the friends will say no to this opportunity because they're not ready for it. People are not waking up going, I want change and give me an opportunity. No, they're stressed out because they're struggling paying their bills, and they're like, man, if I could just get a good job with good insurance and a good pension. Their mind is thinking security. So not only are we cutting the line and changing the mindset of forget security, there's no such thing as security, right? Changing the mindset to be in control of our finances through leveraged income. But the flip side past the concept of that is knowing that we've got to change our mindset of feeding off instant gratification. Because since the day we were born and being raised from our mom and dad, we've been fed instant gratification. I mean, you were told if you pee in the potty, you got a treat, right? And then you got told quit going in your diaper. It's just a progression through life. Everything that you did, go cut the grass, you get a treat. Make your bed, you get a gift. Everything. And then as an adult, you're still doing it. Grown people, instant gratification. We've justified what our time is worth $5 an hour, $15 an hour, $50 an hour, whatever a person is making at traditional business, they've justified that's what their time is worth. And what you have to understand is if you don't show up and you're not giving that time up, you're not getting paid. And that's scary. You know why? Because life happens. Life happens. Life happened to me. My father was killed when I was 14. Our family wasn't prepared. We weren't prepared for that. Because dad was paying his bills. He was working his tail off. We weren't prepared for him not to be around. So the point is, that's why this is so important. We want people to dig a well before they're thirsty. And do what you're doing to pay your bills. Do this as a plan B to where you can take over that plan A for now and have 2 streams of income. And then you're going to get to a point to where this takes over, and then you're going to have your time back. And that's the beautiful part about it. So here's what I'll tell you guys. We have been in for 10 years. 10 years. Long time. I'm a Pro 9 in the company. She's a Pro 8 in the company. We've seen it all. We've seen a lot of change. We've seen a lot of every growing pains that you can think of anything that grows as massive as we have. I mean, 3.5 million to $250 million. Stock 35 cents to $15 last week. 3 studies to 38 peer-reviewed studies. I mean, come on. It's insane how far we've come. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not just me. We are more excited about the opportunity today than we have ever been in 10 years. Because it really sets on. I'll tell you what, this was what my week looked like. I just flew in this morning. I left Nashville, Tennessee at 6 a.m. Was doing meetings last night in Nashville. The night before, I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've been to Grand Rapids twice in the last 2 months. Been to New Jersey, been to Florida, Tampa, Orlando. Been doing meetings all over because I don't want to miss out. And I know this thing's about to explode, and I don't want to miss out. And that's what this opportunity is about. We have an opportunity to go capture as much as we want of the biggest medical transition that's ever happened in history. Billions and billions of dollars, millions and billions of people's lives. So on one hand, there's billions and billions of dollars. On the other hand, that transaction means millions and millions and millions of people's lives will be changed forever because we're getting this information in front of them. And I'm going to close with this. And it really blew my mind. And some of you guys have heard this. This week, again, I was in Michigan. Grand Rapids, Michigan is the home of Amway, the famous company that does 1.4 billion. Remember, I know some of our friends say this industry doesn't work, but yet they're doing $1.4 billion a month in sales with detergent and soap. So go figure. But here's what blew my mind is they've been doing that for 50 years. And I met some people that have been having a check from that company for their 4th generation. Okay? Their great grandma built Amway. And the 4th generation's paycheck, she said, was still $150,000 a month. Detergent and soap. This is the kind of stuff you got to feed your mind. You can't allow your friends and the prospects that don't want opportunity, they want security, to cheat you off guard. What I always fed my mind is my friends that told me these things didn't work, they still have to go to work tomorrow, right? Because they didn't do their due diligence. I did my due diligence. And what I want you to do is to continue to build your belief and understanding and understand what this industry has accomplished. Because when I went up there and I realized that company selling detergent and soap does in 1 week, 7 days, what we do with the most powerful product in the world, in 1 week they do the revenue we do all year. They've got 3 million distributors. We've got 70,000. It's insane where we're at. In Nashville, Tennessee last night, we had about 30 people in the living room, and about 6 of them had drove over 2 hours to be at that meeting. Guys, the opportunity is big. The opportunity is now. It doesn't matter what rank you are. It is go time. If you are brand new, let me tell you something. You couldn't have picked a better time to join this company because you've allowed the company to be established. You allowed the foundation to be secured. You allowed this company to figure some things out, and we are rolling. We are rolling, and we're having fun. Our volume's up month over month since last January. Right now, I looked at my numbers. Last month, we had a product launch, right, which always has a big boost. And I looked at my numbers this morning. I'm like, I double take. I'm like, holy crap, man. This thing is going. So the speed of the group is the speed of a leader, and you're a leader. And I'm proud of every single one of you guys for making the choice of change and taking your future in your own hands. We're just here to help you. You've got to go build this thing. You've got to do your due diligence. You've got to build your confidence. You have to build your posture. We're partners. You put your people in front of us. We'll help you build it. But you've got to get up here and realize you've got the biggest opportunity of life, and you're going to create whatever life you want to live. You just got to go make the choice to make it happen. So we're over time, but do you have any closing words? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
All right, guys. We're Fred and Casey Graves from Coming to Louisiana, and I'm going to tell you right now, do not miss out. Don't be the person that looks back at this opportunity and goes, I was in. I went to the trainings. I did it. I told 10 people. Don't be that guy that says, man, I should have did more. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the writing's on the wall. This company's going, and we're just getting started. So, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this training. Don't just take notes, apply it, and let's go crush it. You guys have a good one.
Casey, thank you so much for sharing your story. And thanks for being incredible leaders, all the sacrifices you make on a daily basis. So thanks for sharing. We're going to move into our products. I know you agree with me that we have the best products on planet Earth. I could not have asked for a better person, better leader to share his vision on our products, but listen to his story. It's the reason he said yes. So Gary Stern, take it away.
Hey, Tori, thank you so much for asking me to do this part on the product. And hey, team, welcome to December. Can you believe it? 2019 is over. It's the end of a decade. End of a decade. This is it. Last month in the decade. Last month of the 19s. This is it right here, guys. So thank you so much for inviting me today. Hey, I'm going to open up real quick with my story. A lot of you know my story, but some of you don't. But it's important because it plays a role. The products play a massive role. Without the products, I would not be here on this video right now. So what do I mean by that? Well, guys, I was approached by 28 different companies, right? My background is in physical therapy, then into pharmaceutical sales. So everybody and their brother wanted to get me into their thing, right? And every time I looked at one of those companies, a lot of times the companies didn't look good themselves. Maybe I wasn't interested in the compensation plan or the timing wasn't right, but it seemed like inevitably every single time there was something wrong with the products, right? The products had no validity whatsoever, no science behind them. I'm not going to go out and sell some crazy shake or some kind of crazy drink that has no science behind it. I don't care what the company says. I want to know, what do the experts in the field say? What do the scientists say? And I remember when Simon shared this with me, I remember looking at one of the very first clinical studies. I think there were only 3 clinical studies back then. And I looked at the very first clinical study, and I remember reading it and it talking about how oxidative stress is at the root of almost everything that's going on that's bad for us in our bodies, and how Protandim NRF2 activated the body. It turned the body on and lowered that oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. I remember reading that study and coming home and saying to my wife, I said, Danielle, we're going to be on this for the rest of our lives. Guys, that's how rock solid your belief needs to be in the product line. And if it's not there, there are so many tools available to help you get your belief to where it needs to be. So those 3 peer-reviewed clinical studies that I was talking about back in the day, there are now 31 peer-reviewed clinical studies backing it up with science in journals like Circulation. Guys, to put it into perspective, Protandim NRF2 has a study in the Journal of Circulation. That's the same journal that I used to use. It goes out to every cardiologist in the United States. That's the same journal that I used to use when I would sell pharmaceutical products in a $44 billion a year company that I work for. Okay, so put that into perspective. We have the same data, same level of data, whether you're talking about a $44 billion a year pharmaceutical company or a $250 million a year nutraceutical company with the same type of studies. We have multiple patents on our products now. The NIA study that came out, again, I'm just trying to paint the picture. The NIA study that came out, a National Institute on Aging, saying that Protandim NRF2 activates the body and allows mammals to live 7% longer, right? The study was done on mice. Of course it's done on mice because you can control their lifespan and it's super short. And you can control every other variable to say without a shadow of a doubt that it was the Protandim that extended the life of that mammal by 7%. Guys, that's huge. So my story is important. I became a believer in these products before I even thought about doing the business. The products are what sold me. I knew I would be on them for the rest of my life. I knew I wanted to share them with the people I loved and cared about. and they needed to know about it as well. So that goes into my next point, which is you need to be a product of the products. Those of you that saw my post on Facebook earlier in the week, I put on the mask, right? Guys, I felt silly doing it. I'm a guy, but you know what? I wanted to see what kind of benefits did I get from it. Man, my skin felt amazing afterwards. It almost worked like an aftershave because I had shaved and then did the mask, and it kind of cooled my skin. I love the way that it felt. So become a product of the products. It's critical. How can you go out and tell people that they need to use X, Y, or Z when you haven't experienced it yourself? Guys, that goes for you on the hair care, or it goes for you on the skin care. Maybe it's the hand cream, right? My brother was talking about how cold it is in Colorado right now, and it's snowing almost every day. And I'm thinking, gosh, everybody I know in one of those cold weather climates needs the hand cream, because every time they wash their hands, they're going to crack and they're going to get all banged up, right? So we need to be a product of the products with an S, not just a single product. So that leads me into the next thing. And that is, what differentiates us? What makes LifeVantage different from everybody else? Guys, it's simple. It's nutrigenomics, right? Biohacking is a general term. Biohacking can be everything from going to bed at an earlier time to drinking bulletproof coffee to wearing the yellow, blue blocking lenses at night or when you're in front of a computer, right? All of those different things are biohacking. But what differentiates us is nutrigenomics, using nutrition and natural compounds to affect or activate genetic expression in the body. Guys, that's cutting edge. We're the only ones that are pioneering this right now, that are making headway in this arena. And they're estimating that this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar market when it's all said and done. And we're the pioneers. We have the technology now. It's what differentiates us. And so it's simple. If you're going to write something down, write this down and use this terminology all the time with your prospects. Why take it when you can make it? Why take it when you can make it? Why take all this other junk? I almost said something else. All this other junk that's out there when you can help your body make more of what it was supposed to naturally, right? That's what differentiates us. That's the activation at the genetic level. Your body's own internal pharmacy is far more powerful than anything else that you can ingest. So why not just turn it back on? Like we say in our marketing materials, flip the switch, right? Flip the switch, do more and feel better. It's that simple, guys. Activate, turn it on, just like that, okay? So next portion I'm going to talk about is, what are the actual products? Well, it's simple, guys. I believe right now our biggest differentiating product that we have at our disposal is the Protandim Tri-Synergizer. The Protandim Tri-Synergizer. It's simple. It takes the three most powerful products in our portfolio, combines them to get it together. And if you haven't seen it already, this is some of the data that's out there that shows that they're more powerful together than they are by themselves. So here it is showing that NAD is more powerful. Here it is showing NRF1 is more powerful. And here it is showing that NRF2 is more powerful. If you haven't seen that already, it's simple. It's under the science portion of the Tri-Synergizer. So you go to your replicated website, go to shop or products, look under the Tri-Synergizer, go to where it talks about the science, and look for yourself at the exponential increases in genetic expression or activation by combining these three products together. So what are the three products? It's simple. The NRF2, that's our flagship, guys. That's the one with the most data. It lowers oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Oxidative stress is at the root cause of so many different problems that are going on in your body. Notice I'm using the word problems. I don't want to get into trouble with compliance, but so many different problems that are going on in your body. So activate that. Turn on your body's own internal anti-inflammatories and antioxidant enzymes, right? That's what NRF2 does. So it helps remove the garbage, right? Get rid of the waste products that are in the body. NRF1 turns on the mitochondria. If you've looked at any research on biohacking and any research right now on what can you do to your body, what's one of the worst problems that's going on in the body, it's the destruction of mitochondria. The destruction of mitochondria is what ages us, pronounced ages us compared to anything else out there. Why not activate your mitochondria, make them stronger, healthier, live longer, and create more of them in the body? And that's what the NRF1 does, right? So you get not only cellular energy, but those are what keep you alive longer, right? You destroy somebody's mitochondria, they die instantly. So That's the 1-2 punch. Then you add the NAD in, and NAD helps your body produce more sirtuin. Sirtuin production goes down by 60% over time. So why not help as you age? So why not help your body produce more? And the only other thing that's shown to be effective is calorie restriction. Guys, I don't know about you, but I'm not cutting out 60% of my calories. I'm not going from a 2,500 calorie a day diet down to 1,000 calories. That's ridiculous. Not going to happen. NGH, not going to happen. But you can get that same type of effect by activating your body with the NAD Synergizer. So those three together, there's nothing else that does what those three do individually. Then you put them together and you see that exponential results. You could sit there and talk that science till you're blue in the face, but people just need to feel it. These are products that can be sampled. You put the three of them together and people will feel it, typically within 3 or 4 days. This is a perfect combination also because think about it. Everything else in our portfolio is related to these products, right? Everything else has that NRF2 activation in it in some way, shape, or form. So if somebody is sold on activating from the inside out, that's $125 it costs them every month and 100 points worth of volume in your back office. They've taken that and put it into the Ultimate Stack. The Ultimate Stack is the same thing, but it includes like a Vitality Stack plus the Prebio plus the NAD, right? So what else is added in? You're basically getting the Tri-Synergizer. Then on top of that, you're getting the probiotic, the prebiotic, and the Omega Plus. So that you get your gut in check. Gut health is everything, guys. And that's the thing. We need to be conversing these things to others. When they're sitting there talking about, oh, I always have an upset stomach, or I have this problem or that problem. A lot of these problems are related to the same thing. They can be addressed very simply by the Tri-Synergizer and or the Ultimate Stack. And people don't have to be sick. Notice I'm talking about people that just maybe have low energy. Maybe they're having problems sleeping. Maybe they're having problems focusing and concentrating, their mental clarity and focus. That's where that Tri-Synergizer along with the Axio, the nootropic brain food, right? Do you have to know it in this much detail? No. They just need to know that you know. They need to know that you know. What do I mean by that? They don't need all of the details. They just need to see it in your eyes and believe it in their hearts that your belief level is through the roof on these products. And if it's not, go do the research necessary. Go talk to somebody that has belief like me or one of the other leaders has insane belief in what these things do. Guys, we use every single product that LifeVantage makes in this household. My dog's sitting over there. She's kind of looking at me as I'm doing this video. She's on Pet Tandem, right? Pet Tandem is an NRF2 activator for dogs. True Science is an NRF activator for your skin or for your hair. Am I using it on my hair? No, I don't have any hair. But you know what? My wife loves it. And we're not losing hair down the drain anymore like we were in the shower. Every time she goes in the shower, her hair is healthier and stronger and vibrant and growing better. All as a result of being healthier. So if you get nothing else from this, number one, why take it when you can make it? Number two, if your belief isn't through the roof, go do what you got to do to get your belief through the roof. And number three, what differentiates us guys is nutrigenomics. It's the fact that you can activate the body at the genetic level. And every other product in our portfolio is related to that. From the Ultimate Stack to True Science, the skincare, the mask. The new mask is NRF2 activated. It's the only one on the market. The hair care, the only NRF2 activated hair care on the market. The skincare, the only NRF2 activated skincare on the market and patented. The hand cream, only NRF2 activated hand cream on the market. Axio is NRF2 activated. Physique, NRF2 activated. Pet Tandem, NRF2 activated. So guys, it's what differentiates us when it's all said and done. This brings me into one of my last points, and that is the subscription volume. Guys, subscription volume is what ultimately, that's what our monthly checks are 100% reliant on. It's product volume at the end of the day. So if people are believers in our products, not just Protandim NRF2 or not just the Tri-Synergizer, but then they start to try some of these other ones. Maybe if you, for every Tri-Synergizer customer that you get or distributor that's on an auto ship, why not give them a little sample of something else? Give them some Axio to try out. Give them the skin, hand cream to try out. Because as we start adding some of these other things in, that monthly subscription volume goes from $40 or $50 per person to $100 to $150. And we're not asking them to use things that they shouldn't be using anyway. Replace other things that you're using that are not NRF2 activated, that are not healthy and clean for you. Replace them with these products, and as that subscription volume goes, so does your monthly check. You're going to rank advance faster. That means you're going to unlock additional levels of income. You're going to maybe get to that Pro 3 or higher level. Not maybe. You will get to that Pro 3 or higher level, which unlocks the matching bonus, right? So all of those things are reliant on volume. Your volume is determined by the products that people are using. If your belief level is through the roof in the products and people are adding on additional products every month, and the product volume in your organization is increasing, so is your rank, so is your monthly check. I hope you're getting the point. So it all starts with you, and the highest belief wins. Guys, nobody can challenge my belief on these products. I've been challenged by physicians. I've been challenged by people in other companies. I've been challenged by a pharmacist friend of mine. Nobody's been able to beat me because my belief ultimately outweighs their belief. I'm not saying that I changed their mind. They still have the same opinion and they've decided not to participate for whatever reason. But I've built a multi-million-dollar a year business because my belief is stronger than theirs and I know what we have our hands on. I see the future. If you see the future, if you have this same vision, let's join hands. Let's rock and roll with this thing, guys. But your belief in the products has to be through the roof. When you convey that belief to others and you share the tools that we have from our website to the videos to all the different things that we have at our disposal, you're ultimately going to win this battle when it's all said and done. So I believe in you. Tori, thanks again for having me on today. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Go dive into the science, see what we have. And remember, we're the only NRF2, NRF1, and NAD activators on the market. We're the only ones. When you're the only game in town, guys, everybody else is going to be playing catch up and comparing to us. Get that word out there as fast as possible. Have an awesome holiday season. And here's to 2020 and the new year that's going to rock it out for all of us. Let's close December strong first. See you guys. Thanks.
Gary Stern, thank you. Your excitement about what we have our hands on, you've got my belief through the roof. So thank you for your wisdom, your knowledge, and for sharing with us today. Let's move on to daily method of operation, a DMO. Do you have one in place? It's something I've worked hard on for the last 9 years, and that's to be consistent with our business. So Tim and Sarah Cox, Pro 8s out of Louisiana, are going to talk to us about how important it is to have a DMO in place. So Tim and Sarah, thanks for joining us, and it's your turn. Take it away.
Aw, thank you, Tori. You are incredible. Y'all, Tori is like my LifeVantage mama. She is just such an incredible leader. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, Tori, for all that you have done and continue to do for us and for our teams and all of Team True Blue.
Incredible.
Yeah, you definitely set the pace and you do a lot for us. So we appreciate you. And we're excited. We're very excited to be a part of this training, and we're excited for everything that's coming for LifeVantage over the next few years. You know, we've rode a wave of growth, and if you're committed to having success in your business and you're committed to showing up every day and being consistent in the actions that you're going to take, that's a key to success, really.
Yeah. And one of the things that we've noticed over the last almost decade of being involved in this industry is that, you know, one of the challenges that we face in our business is not prioritizing it, right? Because we're all busy, right? We have 2 kids, we have
Life
all these
is
things
crazy,
going on.
right?
People have jobs, and the more that you have,
Nonstop.
the harder it is to prioritize your business. It kind of becomes one of those things that you just put on the back burner because we tend to go on the path of least resistance. And we know that in network marketing, you have to challenge yourself a little bit, get out of your comfort zone sometimes to do things like contacting people and working your business. So a lot of times that kind of just gets put away and put on the side. And so what we want to talk to you today about is having a DMO, a daily method of operation. And the reason why I think that this is so important because your daily method of operation is essentially a roadmap or a blueprint for how you're going to work your business throughout your day. And so it's important to have this because it's kind of like, I guess it would be like a routine, right? We have kids, and if we don't do the bedtime routine, then usually it doesn't work out, right? The kids end up going to bed at like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, right? But if we take them through the proper steps, that proper process of them going to sleep, doing those things over and over again, we usually have success with getting them to bed. Well, in your business, you have to have that routine, the things that you need to do every single day for your business. And if you don't have that daily method of operation, you'll find yourself, what am I supposed to be doing today? Oh, I'll find something else to do, right?
It's very easy to welcome distractions
Absolutely.
sometimes if you're having a little bit of fear and self-doubt in your business, which is a pretty common thing. You know, I almost welcomed the distractions whenever I was first getting started. And even to this day, sometimes I have to go, okay, stop doing all this extra stuff that really doesn't have to be done right now. And let's focus on my business. And, you know, there are some days where you might sit down to work your business and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. But if you have that list, you can kind of go through the list and say, okay, what one thing can I do right now? Maybe I have a 10-minute pocket of time. What can I do? Can I send some birthday messages? Can I follow up with some people? Can I post on social media if you're using a social media strategy? Can I connect with someone on my team? Make a list, and we have that. Team True Blue has a list, a DMO that's already created. Look at it. And if you go into your day with a plan, which I think is key, you have to plan your work and then work your plan. If you go into your day with a plan, and for us, every day is different with two girls and we're all over the place. If you work a job, certain hours, you may know exactly how your day is going to look. If you can identify what pockets of time you're going to be able to commit to your business, because sometimes it's just 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there, that if you do those same 10-minute pockets of time every day, the compound effect of that is going to reward you tremendously. So it may not feel like you're doing a lot, but you are. Look at your day and say, what will I have time to do today? And put it on your list. However you work your days, put it down. I like to keep a running list in my phone that I just like check off. Some people like to have paper in front of them to follow. But show up to your business. At minimum, identify what's the one thing. If I can't do anything else all day, what one thing am I going to do to move myself and my business forward?
Yeah, I think you made a good point about planning. You know, I think there's two different types of planning that you should do. You should do a planning at the beginning of the week. Sunday night, take a look at your week. What's it going to look like? Which days are going to be busier? Which days are you going to have a little bit more time? But also every night before the next day, you should also do your plan, because as the week happens, things roll out, things disappear from your calendar. You can always take that night before and plan your days and figure out when's those pockets of time that you're actually going to do the activities for your business. Now, I would say that we do have the DMO sheet, but everybody's DMO is going to be a little bit different because not everybody wants the same thing out of the business. Some of us want to get to Master Pro 10 or Galactic 12, right, or whatever. And some others just want to make a little bit of extra money. So obviously, the bigger you want the opportunity to be for you in your life, your DMO sheet is going to look a little bit differently from the people that just want a little bit extra, right? So only you know what that's supposed to look like. And also, you know how much time you have in your schedule as well. Now, what do you have on your DMO? What's the important things for us? Well, obviously, things that lead to the income producing activities are important, right? So connecting with people, having those conversations. She meant sending birthday messages, right? Those things lead to those conversations that get you to the income producing activities, but you must have on your DMO sheet the income producing activities, and that is inviting people to take a look at our opportunity, take a look at our products, sharing our opportunities and our products, doing validations, all of those things that are around showing new people a piece of what we have in our opportunity. That's the income producing activities. That tends to be the most uncomfortable things that are on your DMO sheet because it's very easy to get caught up in doing everything else. She talked about distractions, and I think when she said that, she meant the distractions outside of your business. Now, inside of your business, there's also distractions because we open our sheet and we're like, I'm going to do the things on my sheet. And we find ourselves taking the path of least resistance again, right? And so instead of inviting people to take a look, instead of sharing the opportunity or the products, we go watch this webinar, this training, all these other things. So I would say when you have your DMO sheet, make sure that you focus on your income producing activities before you do anything else. That's super important because you will always put that to the back burner, and you're going to say, you're going to sit down to do your work, you're going to find other things to do, and you're going to push the income producing activities to the next day, to the next day. And before you know it, the month ends and you've done no invites, you've shown the opportunity and products to nobody, and you're like, why is my business not growing? So having those income producing activities on your sheet, but make sure that you spend the time that you do have doing those income producing activities.
Yeah, so, he's saying to do the income producing activities first. And for me, some days, if my head's not in it, or if my mind's not right, because look, there's going to be some days where you might do everything for a week, for a month, and you might not enroll anyone because their timing isn't right? We can't control what they're ready for. We can only control what we do. And if they're not ready and we're not enrolling people, it can feel like, why am I even doing this, right? I mean, I've definitely had moments like that where I'm like, why am I even stressing so much and taking time away from my family and missing things to go and do all this for what? For what? So the personal development is going to be key in keeping your head in the game to keep you going whenever you're feeling like that, because it's inevitable. You're going to feel that way at some point in your business, maybe not to that degree all the time. But when you do, like I was feeling that way the other day. And so I was like, okay, all I can do today is read my book. I'm reading The Slight Edge right now. And I swear to you, that day, the book talked about how you do these mundane activities day in and day out, and it may not seem like anything's happening, but the compound effect over time is going to be exponential growth. Exponential growth. They shared a story of like these first 2 years in their business. They were just showing up every day and not much was happening. They got to like 70 million or something in a couple of years. But by year 4, they were doing 400 million just because they kept doing those same activities. Same thing is going to happen in your business, but your head's got to be in the right place for you to show up. And listening to the calls and the trainings and the webinars and all of that, that is important because that builds your belief. So if you're listening to 15 minutes of personal development a day, that gets your head right to show up for your business. If you listen to 15 minutes of a webinar, a training, anything LifeVantage related, that's going to build your belief. It's going to build your posture and your confidence. So when you do those income producing activities and you're having those conversations, people are going to feel your energy. They're going to feel your enthusiasm. They're going to know that you're for real, but you have to be in the right place. So that's why things like that should be on your DMO. And those are things that you can incorporate in your day while you're getting ready. I like to listen to personal development while I'm getting ready because I can't do anything else unless the girls are there just, with all their noise. So sometimes that actually doesn't work out for me, but it used to. And, but sometimes it does. While you're driving, drive time is a good time. That's also a good time to make those calls. If you know you're going to be driving at a certain time, you can actually schedule follow-up calls with people that are available in those pockets of time. And I think this business is best built in short pockets of time anyways. When I tell my girlfriend like, hey, I want to catch up with you. I want to fill you in on what's happening in the company since we last spoke. I've got 15 minutes drive time, at this time. Are you available then? And it's not taking a lot of their time and it's not taking a lot of your time either. And if you can get someone else on the phone with them in those 15 minutes, like even better. Just say, look, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite business partners. We have so much fun working this business together. I'm going to have her fill you in on what's happening in the company because it's so exciting. Are you available to chat? Short pockets of time every single day, just showing up.
Yeah, and I love the short pockets of time because it forces you to have a little bit of urgency, especially around things like doing invites. Because again, if you give yourself too much time, you'll find yourself you'll overthink it. You'll end up doing a lot of other things that takes you away from those income producing activities. So when you do find yourself, okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to reach out to some people, give yourself a time limit. It doesn't have to be a long time. Say, look, over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to see how many invites I can throw out there. I'm going to see how many people I can get in the video. Set a timer if you have to. Eliminate all those distractions, right? That we tend to have all these other things that we find to do, but if you eliminate those distractions while you're doing those invites, while you're connecting with people, you can focus just on that. In 15 to 20 minutes, you'd be amazed at how much you can get done whenever you give yourself those small pockets of time. And she talked about listening to personal development, getting yourself in the right headspace. Don't waste it when you're in the right headspace. If you have a moment where you feel really excited, you got off a corporate call, you got off on a Brandon Lynette's weekly call, when you're feeling it, that's the best time to take that energy. That's the reason why we tell people coming out of the big events, Elite Academies, one of those major events, you take that energy, that belief that you have, and immediately start contacting people, because you're transferring that belief from that event into your prospects. And the same goes for whenever you're on a phone call, whenever you're on a webinar. If you feel really excited, if you just watch the YouTube video, take that level of excitement and say, okay, 15 minutes, I'm going to give myself, I'm going to contact as many people as possible, right? And just do it, right? Trust the process. Don't focus on the results. We all tend to, whatever we're doing, when we're competing in something, when we're playing a game, we all tend to focus on the results. But at the end of the day, network marketing is all about you focusing on the process. What can I do today to move my business forward? What can I do today to move me closer to getting one of my prospects to sign up? Just focus on that process, focus on the numbers, continue to move forward, and focus on that DMO, and it'll happen for you.
Yes, and trust the process. Trust the process. Let the vision of the lifestyle that you want to create pull you into action every single day. Be committed. Be so committed to your dreams and to your family and to your why that you're going to show up. Identify the number one, if I do nothing else today, identify one activity on your DMO to do every single day. If the whole sheet overwhelms you, which I'll be honest right now with 2 babies, the whole sheet overwhelms me. That's just not even going to happen. But if I can do 4 things on that sheet every single day, and I might change it up, it might be a different 4 every day. I know that I'm going to create momentum in my business, even when it doesn't feel like it. You have to just keep showing up and keep doing it, and teach your team to do the same. We can all have the same sheet. We all can just highlight what we're going to do and just show up, because the timing, when your personal momentum aligns with company momentum, incredible things can happen. Our life today is an example of that, and we're ready to see it happen for everyone else too.
Yeah, it really is all about consistency, right? And I would say especially around social media, people tend to feel like they can just sit at home and do things and just type a few things and they'll have success. It's all about consistency. You have to show up every single day. You have to do something consistently every single day for you to see those results. So don't expect to happen overnight. Like we talked about, trust that process, focus on the process, stay consistent, have your DMO do it, and take it to the top, guys. We're excited to be partnered with you. We're honored to be, asked to do this by Tori, one of our favorite people. I've been knowing Tim and Tori Hill for almost 20 years, so they have a special place in my heart always. We look forward to seeing you guys at the next event.
Yes. You all have what it takes to do this business. You have what it takes. You just have to show up every single day and know and believe that it's going to happen for you.
All right,
We're
bye,
cheering
guys.
you on. Bye.
Tim and
Thank
Sarah, thank you. That was perfect. A DMO, daily method of operation, is so important for us in this business to be consistent, and you mapped it out perfect for us. So thank you for taking the time and sharing with us. Next, let's talk about the follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. I have an amazing follow-up system that I use. I've been using it for 9 years, and it has helped me grow our business. I am still following up with people that I introduced this to at the very beginning. So I want you to listen to Pro 8 Sonny Belanger out of Houma. Let him tell you his story about Tim and I. See, he and Chad personally enrolled us, and we didn't enroll right away. But because he followed up with us for 5 months, and trust me, it wasn't 5 years like he tells everybody, it's 5 months, but we did say yes. Half the time, he didn't even bring up the business when he would check in on us. He would text us, hey, come to lunch, or just, how you doing? But because he showed he cared, and we were looking for something and the time was perfect, we enrolled. So Sonny, share with us all about the follow-up.
Good morning or good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. My name is Sonny Belanger, and I am totally pumped and excited to be with you today to talk about something just very important, paramount to your LifeVantage business, and it's the follow-up. It's the follow-up. And you heard Tori in her introduction talking about how I followed up with them. Guys, I first met them. They seemed like Barbie and Ken. They had the perfect life. Everything was perfect. And I thought they would get involved with us right away, but they didn't. There were some things. So I followed up with Tim and Tori for 5.5 months. And I'm here to tell you, yes, it felt like 5.5 years. But I'm so glad I stuck with it. And I'm going to talk about a few things that I've done, that we should do, and that I need to do personally, but great information, paramount to building our business. And as I talk to you things, I'll kind of incorporate how it worked with Tim and Tori. Before I get started, I want to put a special thanks to Fred and Casey Graves. Fred and Casey followed up with me for 6.5 months. Now, did Fred do it correctly in the beginning? No, but the fact that he followed up is the reason I'm here today and the reason I can talk to you. So let's talk about the follow-up, and let's just jump right into it. I think this is one of the areas that's most overlooked, and that we should emphasize more and more in our business. We talk with people, and even as we talk with them, they're struggling with their database. They're getting people to meetings, or they're getting people on one-on-ones, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. So how do we get people from A, B, C to D? To D is where they make a decision, or I like to say they become a distributor. That's what I'll call D, okay? So how do we make this happen? Well, again, guys, basically, there are 3 types of people, or 3 categories. And let's talk about them first. First of all, there's the people that just say yes. They're the people that say no. And they're the people that say maybe. So to help us with that, let's just talk about them for more. So the people that tell us no right off the bat, what happens? Do we just drop them? Do we never talk to them? No, we need to continue to drip on them. We want to ask questions, and we want to know with them, hey, can I stay in touch? Can I keep you up on the latest and greatest things? Because you have to remember, people's lives and their circumstances change quite a bit. So don't be afraid to ask permission. Look, if something new comes up, with our product, a new product, our compensation plan, or something going on, a new study or something, can I keep you in the loop? Ask their permission. You've opened up the door to continue with them, even when they say no. Now let's talk about the maybes for just a minute. Now, when we have somebody that tells us maybe, we just need to find out what information they need to go from maybe to yes. And the way we do that is different from those that say no. Okay, we need to ask them questions. We need to try to uncover what's holding them back. Sometimes it's the company. For me, it was the stigma of network marketing. I had to get over that. Sometimes it's the products, maybe it's self-doubt. Whatever concerns they have, we need to get them out on the table, and we need to try to solve them. Now, guys, listen, I'm going through this really, really quick. I'm limited on time, but just know how important these things are, and we'll do it. Now, we talked about the no's, we talked about the maybes. Let's talk about the yeses. We think we got a yes, so do we ever follow up? Yes, you have to follow up with a yes. Let's say they come to a meeting and they tell you, yeah, they want to sign up. And we love to have them sign up right there on the spot, but a lot of times it doesn't happen. They say, yeah, we're going to sign up. Get with me in a day or two. Okay. So when they do this, follow-up is even more vital and important, because we don't want them to walk away and then down the road have some doubt. They've just come to our meeting or our presentation, our one-on-one. They're all excited. They like what they saw. They're all excited. But what usually happens, okay? What happens? Well, we know sometimes they start thinking, they talk to other people, and maybe a little negativity comes in, or they start having some doubt, or maybe it's just life, you know? So how do we set them on the right course? How do we get them on board with us, you know? And again, guys, it's all about following up. When I met Tim and Tori, again, it was a big maybe. Like I told you, I thought they had everything going for them. Tim was a nurse, personal trainer. Tori was a teacher doing tutoring on the side. Two beautiful kids. I thought they had the perfect life. But we had to find out what was holding them back, what was stopping them for 5.5 months. And it took some time. But was it worth it? I mean, who wouldn't want to have Tori in their downline, or who wouldn't want to have Tim and Tori as a personal enrollment? So that's part of the importance of the follow-up, okay? So it's really mind-blowing when you look at statistics about follow-up, okay? And I'm just going to talk a minute about statistics, because I only have a limited amount of time, but I want you to really understand how important this is. 48%, almost half of people never follow up one time. Now, I'm not going to go through a bunch of statistics, but I'm just going to tell you that 80% of all sales, or 80% of all signups, however you want to say it, happen after 5 to 12 follow-ups, okay? So think about that. Think about the people that we've talked to, and listen, we're all guilty of it. I'll be the first to raise my hand. Tell us no, and then we just kind of back off, or we keep saying, well, I'm going to go back with them, and we lose track, or we don't ever do it for whatever reason it is. But just think for a moment the difference this would make in your business if you followed up 5 to 12 times. 80% of the people get involved. 80%. Now, think about that with them. Now, we have to be realistic that this is something that's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, okay? But if we will commit to doing the proper way of following up, let's say for 6 months, think about what it would do for your business. Guys, your business would blow up. It would blow up. Now, again, we're not telling you, you get a contact, they tell you no, for the next 5 days, talk to them 5 times. No. That's when you lose people, when you start bugging them, or you pressure them, or them. But what we're saying is use some common sense. Use your relationship with them, okay? The most important thing that we have to remember in this business is our business is all about relationships. It's all about relationships. And once you sabotage your business, you have no business. That's plain and simple. So, guys, we have to use common sense, okay? We have to look at their perspective. We're excited. We're passionate. We know what we have, but not everybody sees it. Not everybody wants it, even if they see it. So, just know this. If you're not following up, that you're losing so many people on your database. You know, and that's one of the things we hear, well, I don't have much of a database. You do if you do it proper and may go back. I mean, we just read the statistics, 80%. If you're not following up, you're losing what could be the majority of your business. Okay, guys? Guys, I could rattle on for hours. I'm here in Texas. I've been doing meetings for the last 3 days. I am pumped up. I'm excited. I was up till 2 o'clock this morning talking with people. So I went through this really quick because I know I'm limited on time, but I can't overemphasize how important this is, okay? Tim and Tori are just a great example, and I'm sorry if I'm using them or saying things wrong, but I knew there was something there, and I had to keep following up. I had to get to what the real problem was. Fred Graves, Casey Graves, they knew that I could do this business, but they knew I had a stigma, and it was that network marketing. And it wasn't until we overcame that. So, guys, to put this in a nutshell, follow-up is paramount to your business. It's going to take you using a lot of common sense. It's going to take you being very patient, very understanding with people, okay? Again, we are building relationships, okay? We are building. So what if it takes you 6 months to sign them up? So what if it takes you a year to sign them up? Just think what that could do for your business. Guys, listen, again, I could go on and on and on. Tori, thank you for asking me to get on this. Guys, if we can help out any kind of way with this, definitely going to put this into practice more in my business. And we're here to help everybody. But just realize how important it is that we follow up. So guys, I'm going to cut it off here. Thanks again for being on this thing. Tori, thanks for, you and Tim, thanks for opening up, allowing us to become part of your lives, become business partners, to become friends, and to become family. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all are, as family. So we're going to stop here. Again, guys, thank you so much. And I just want to add this one thing. It's always one more thing. Follow-ups just don't mean the people that you're prospecting. Follow-ups also mean the people that you've already have as distributors and you have as customers. Don't forget that. They're just as important and vital to your business. So I'm going to close it here again. Guys, thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing all of you soon. Catch you later. Bye.
Sonny, thank you so much for sharing with us the importance of the follow-up. Most importantly, thanks for following up with Tim and I. Our lives are forever changed, and thanks for believing in us. So let's close this out with Master Pro 10 Brandon Cunningham. What an incredible leader. First, I want to say thank you on behalf of every single person to you and Lynette. Thank you for everything you do for this incredible team. So Brandon, share whatever's on your heart. And everybody, make sure you're taking some notes. Master Pro 10 Brandon Cunningham.
Hey Tori, thanks for having me on. And what's up, team? I'm so pumped to be able to jump on this training with you and these other amazing leaders that have poured out their hearts and their talents to you guys to help you with your business. And I hope you thoroughly enjoy these virtual workshops that have been put together for you. They're not easy to do. It takes a lot of time to organize, but we love being a part and doing whatever we can to help you guys reach your goals. And I'm going to share with you some thoughts today on mindset and leadership. We get asked quite a bit about how Lynette and I became Master Pro 10s. Like, how did we do it? And so I've got a couple notes here, but we're going to go mainly off the script a little bit. Just kind of talking to you in a conversation format. And I'll go first. How about that? So, in a conversation I was having with Fred, who is on this training, we were talking about the early days of LifeVantage for us and the success we had. A lot of you may not know the story, but a lot of us, this is our first time in network marketing, and we have a tremendous amount of early success. And I'll just tell you, the success was so fast that we really thought we knew what we were doing, but there's no way we could quantify what we were doing. And what I mean by that is we were doing meetings and we were inviting people, of course, but a lot of people were having success. A lot of people. It seemed like virtually everybody's checks were going up, and that's contagious. And our business over the last 10 years has gone through normal business cycles, and maybe your business is going through normal business cycles. I don't know, maybe your business is just skyrocketing, okay? And we know that happens, but it doesn't stay that way. And we've learned, specifically the person in mind, Eric Worre, kind of laid this out in a graph at a training that we did. And an organization's growth is built not on sales, you might think it is. It's built on leadership. And Fred and I, without even knowing it, and I say Fred and I, of course, there were other leaders involved in this. But anyway, this conversation Fred and I were having, we're talking about, and Fred termed it a current, like water has a current, that we created so much current that people were able to kind of just jump in the water with us, and we took them with us. And you think about that, like I know the view behind me is kind of boring, but the view out there is water. It's why we built the house the way we built it, and the office is on the water, and I get to watch the current every day. I watch it move back and forth. And the deal is this: when there's strong enough current, even like a swimmer, like you could be a bad swimmer, you can maybe just do well enough to keep your head above water, like tread water. You really couldn't swim very much, but you could tread water and keep your head above to breathe. If there's a strong enough current, it will take you. You might not be the fastest one there. Like if someone can really swim and they're swimming with a current, man, they can just fly. But maybe you can't swim at all, you can survive, but the current's gonna take you. And our business works much the same way. Fred was talking about this, and I've thought about it a lot because we did create a current that was unbelievable for a lot of people. Meaning they were able to kind of just plug into something and they had success, like Pro 3 success, Pro 4 success, even some Pro 5 success with never even presenting themselves. But they had to do something. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about creating your own personal current for yourself, because I mean, in order to get in the water, right, and move, you actually have to get in the water. Like the current's going to take you, but it's only going to take you if you're in the water. The current is not going to take you if you're sitting on the shore. So you got to get in the water. So that's the first thing I want to talk to you about today, is getting in the water, right? And allowing the current of some of the leaders on this team and this company take you to some of your initial goals. And we know the core rank at this company is Pro 3. And if you're not a Pro 3, then I'm going to share with you some things that you need to do in order to allow the current of the leaders in LifeVantage to help you get to Pro 3, okay? And so first, it does start with you. Like, you have to make a decision to get off the bank or off the shore or off the dock and into the water, right? Because if you don't do that, the current's not going to take you. It doesn't matter how fast the current's moving. And so what's that look like? Well, what it looks like is making that large step of faith that this is real, that our products are real, that LifeVantage is real, that network marketing is real. And the big one is, what are people going to think when you start to, like you, right? What are people going to think of you when you start telling your friends about this? That is all very, very difficult things to do. Like if you're scared of the water or scared of the swim, that's a hard step to make. But if something's on fire behind you and there's a body of water with a current and it's your only way to survive, you're going to jump into the water even though you really don't know how to swim, right? And the great thing is, if you can just tread water, the current will take you to safety. Well, that's how most people are living their life right now. There's a fire behind them. Life is consuming them. And really, they need to jump to survive, right? And some, unfortunately, won't. They just suffer. But I know because you're watching this, you've already made the jump. You've decided to do something with your financial future with this opportunity. And that's why we love Team True Blue. It's why we love what we do, is we are surrounded by a group of people that understand what's going on around them and are wanting to improve. So by it starting with you, you have to build your belief in the products, in the company, in network marketing enough that you start to talk about it, okay? So you have to create your own current. And the way you do that is by educating yourself about our products. That's where it starts. If you don't believe in our products, if you're not using our products, if you're only using one of our products, well, that's a good start. But it's certainly not going to be the best way to take advantage of the current that LifeVantage has created for you. So use the products, educate yourself on the products. I remember early on watching the 30 and 40-minute presentations of science, and I'm not a science person, but when I was done with that, I was able to have conversations that I couldn't have before watching it because my level of belief had increased, and that increase in belief in the products allowed me to have conversations. You guys, creating a current for yourself allows you to, what I say, win conversations, right? It's the art of selling is simply transferring belief. So the art of selling is basically the art of transferring belief. Transferring belief, your belief, onto someone else without making them feel like you're selling. That is the art of selling. People go, oh, I don't like sales. Well, that's just because you're thinking about someone that sold something to you or tried and did it the bad way, the icky way, right? They were just trying to force their convictions on you when you weren't hearing it or wanting to hear it. And you could tell, right? You can feel it. It's a feeling in your gut that you give to people. People can hear you, can feel you before you even open your mouth about this subject. Believe me, body language is strong. And so by you educating yourself on the products, raising your belief in products, raising your belief in LifeVantage, and then ultimately raising your belief about network marketing, will allow you to transfer belief in a way that you've never done before. And that begins to create a current. And that current it's contagious for people. They're gonna feel it before you even open your mouth about what's going on with LifeVantage. And so you're gonna have to put the time in to educate yourself about our products. I would suggest if you're not where you want to be with LifeVantage, you're not putting enough time in your own personal studies and education about our products and talking to other people and asking questions. And then the company, finding out who are some of the people that work at this company and what they've accomplished and building your belief financially in who we are as a company and how strong we are. And ultimately, to me, the big one's network marketing. That's the one that allows you to create your the current, really. When you start to fall in love with network marketing is when your business will take off. If you're not in love with network marketing, if you're still embarrassed to tell someone you're in network marketing, then it's going to be really hard for you to create your own current or have belief enough to be able to share the LifeVantage opportunity with people and then believe it. If you don't believe in network marketing, how in the world are you going to transfer that to someone else? You can't. If you don't have it, you can't transfer it. And if you can't transfer the belief in network marketing to someone else, why would they join you in this business? Because you don't believe in it yourself yet, right? And how do I know, or how will you know when you're there? And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Questions like, is this a pyramid? Does that question make you squirm a little bit? Is this one of those things? Or if one of your friends says you're selling snake oil, or all these silly slangs that are associated with network marketing. The way that makes you feel and the way you respond to it will tell you everything you know about where your beliefs are in who we are as a company, our products, and network marketing itself. And so, just to kind of recap on building your own current, study the products and take the products and talk to other people that have been taking the products. Just do the time investment there. When it comes to the company, educate yourself there. Come to Elite Academies. The best way to get belief in LifeVantage is to come to one of our events. That's what I did. It changed everything for me. And nobody that of any significant rank in this company will tell you that you can miss events and survive. You just can't. Not at a level that's going to affect your life financially. You could make a couple $100 a month. And for some of you, that may be all you're after in this business. And you could probably do that without going to events. But I will tell you that if you go to events, instead of just making a couple hundred, the facts and statistics tell us you'll make a couple thousand. The people that go to events make 10 times the money the people that don't go to events. So if you just wanted to make $100, that's great. You don't have to go to events. But if you would go to events, you would make 100, you'd make 1,000. That's just the way it is, okay? And then thirdly, when it comes to believing in network marketing, you're gonna have to become a reader. You're gonna have to become a studier. You're gonna have to, one of the greatest tools I saw years ago was a tool by Eric Worre, and it was Rise of the Entrepreneur. If you haven't seen that little documentary, go watch that documentary. It's on YouTube, or one of your leaders can give it to you. The Rise of the Entrepreneur. It's phenomenal. Give that video to any of your skeptics. Maybe yourself, maybe your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your best friend. And once you do these things, you'll start to realize, guys, this product's for real. This publicly traded company is for real, and network marketing's for real. And so when you do those three things, you create your own current. And once you do that, it's easier for you to transfer belief to other people and start to create a movement. So one of the great things Fred Graves did early on with us, and we did this as a team together, is when you were around him, there was no doubt that he believed in this 100%. And we created a current together that other people, our belief was superior to everyone else. And so when they plugged in their new people or their new distributors, they just went with the current we were creating. Okay, so that's what we did. Now, secondly, how do you create a current for a team? So I've already told you how you create the current for yourself to get this thing kind of going so people will join you. Now, how do you, once they join you, how do you create current for a team? Because you can't swim for everybody, right? You can't do that in the water. But you can create a current in network marketing that will help. And it boils down to meetings. Now, in today's network marketing world, meetings can be, and many times are, on social media or virtual through Zooms, video conferencing. But there is still a lot of power, in my opinion, in local meetings. And my opinion is backed up by data and facts and statistics in our organization. Our strongest teams are teams that don't just do one or the other, they do both. They're online, finding and meeting people there and providing current there for people who maybe don't have the circumstances to get out of their home, but would like to plug into something. And they're also doing physical meetings so they can create an amazing culture for people. They're doing regional meetings. They're doing once a month meetings. They're doing trainings in their homes. And so if you want to create a current for the team, provide the team a current to plug into on a big scale. You see, it's okay in your town to do a meeting, but what if you have team members that are in other states or towns far away or in other countries? How are they going to plug into you? And so that's why it's important that you are creating current for other people to plug into so that they can just bring their guests and have success without them having 100% belief yet in the products of the company or network marketing. It's vital. And so when it comes to creating current for the team, guys, make sure your team knows the dates and the times of when they can plug into you, whether it's in Facebook or Instagram, whatever social media platform, or Zooms or physical meetings. Never end a meeting without announcing when the next meeting is going to be. You will never create momentum, the real current, without doing so. If you hold a meeting and don't tell them when the next meeting is going to be, it's like starting all over again. It's like herding cats. Okay, once you get the cats together, let's attract more cats, right? Maybe that's a terrible analogy, I don't know, but let's not keep herding the cats over and over. Let's just keep adding more cats. And I'm a dog lover. I like all animals, but anyway, enough of those off in the weeds thoughts and illustrations. But make sure that your team knows how and when to plug into you. And that will allow you to create a current for people that aren't ready really to create their own currents yet, right? I kind of hope that makes sense. Guys, that's what we did. And when you do that for other people, you'll learn that this is a business where you have massive success, not by having a bunch of people that are going to go and present, because we just know that's not the rule of thumb. The same rules of behaviors of people apply in network marketing as outside of network marketing. You know, there's an 80-20 rule of 20% of people do 80% of the work. And it's even a greater gap when it comes to network marketing. Currently, right now, not even inside LifeVantage, but globally, it's about 5% of people doing the presentations and 95% plugging in. And that's based on conversations I've had as recent as last week with 7-figure earners from multiple other companies. We're finding out of 100 distributors that sign up, only about 5 will do presentations. Only about 5 of them will create current for the other 95. And so that illustrates to you why it's so important, if you want to grow a team, that you are creating the current so other people can plug into you. And that will provide a platform of success like you've never seen. When you can have someone rank advancing because they've plugged into you in your systems and your presentations, you will find massive success. But if you're constantly the one looking to plug into other people, that's okay. But that's only going to carry you so far. And it's probably going to be slower going than you would want it to be. All right? So that's my first thought. My second thought is this, and just kind of wanting to wrap up with a thought here as I close my portion of the training. Nothing in this world is owed to me or to you. Your health is not owed to you because you don't know what tomorrow holds. This opportunity is not owed to you, meaning if you don't present today, there may not be an opportunity tomorrow to present. I could go on and on. Your health is not owed to you. So, got 3 questions for you. If not network marketing, okay? If this isn't going to be what you do to get you where you're going to be, then what is? I mean, that's the question I asked myself after working for almost 20 years for myself. I'd never done network marketing before, and I wasn't sure that this was going to be it, but I just knew that what I had been doing was not going to be it because I experienced 20 years doing that. So if not network marketing, then what is it? And I couldn't find an answer to that. And that's why I decided to do this, because you need to remember that when this gets hard, because it will get hard. It will get hard when you're trying to create current for other people. You're going to ask yourself, why am I doing this? It's going to be hard. And on those nights, you need to ask yourself, if not this, then what? Because I had worked, and most people have worked many, many, many years, and we're nowhere near where I wanted to be financially or with time freedom. I had to keep working. And so that just simply means that you're going to have to do something different. And it might not be this, it might be something else, but I can assure you, if you're watching this, what you've been doing hasn't worked It hasn't given you the financial or time freedom you were looking for, or you wouldn't even be on this video watching this right now. And I was one of them. We were making plenty of money, but I wasn't where I needed to be financially before LifeVantage because I was trading time for money. And I needed freedom more than I needed money. Okay? So if not network marketing, then what? Ask yourself that question when this gets hard, because it's going to get hard. It's not going to be easy. Okay? This business is not easy. It's simple. Very simple. The second question is, if not now, then when? If you're not going to do this now, then when? You guys listen, no one's coming to do this for you. No one's coming to do the studying for you. No one's coming to do the inviting for you. In fact, they can't. Kind of like, you know, people say they don't have the time. No, don't have time. No one's coming to turn the television off for you. No one's coming to say, you know what, you shouldn't watch America's Got Talent or The Voice or whatever, the CSI, whatever the ball game. No one's going to turn the TV off for you. You're going to have to do it. And if not now, then when? Because again, tomorrow is not deserved. The only time that exists is really right now. The past is done. The future, you don't know what it holds. The only thing you can control is right now. That's it. So if not now, when are you going to do it? Because now is the only time you can control. What you do this afternoon will affect your future. You see, that's the problem. Most people think, I'll start tomorrow. Like, I'll start the diet on Monday. Those are the people that struggle. Okay? And we've all been there. But it takes a mind shift. You're not going to be able to continue to do things the way you used to do things and get different results. Okay? That's, Jim Rohn says that's crazy. Okay? So, if not network marketing, what? And if not now, when? And the last question is simply this. If not you, then who's going to do this for you? Who's going to do this for you? As I said, no one's coming to do the follow-ups for you. No one's going to do that. No one's coming to do the invites for you. This is a big, big deal, guys. This is up to you. Most people get themselves in positions, I was one of them, because we blame other people for where we are today. And that is a mental weakness. You are where you are today because I and you made the decisions that got you where you were today. All of them. And although we are not at fault for everything that happens to us in our lives, I and you are not at fault for everything that happens to us in our lives. However, the only way to have control of the future is to take full responsibility for everything that happens to you and me. You see, the moment you take full responsibility for your financial life, your physical health, your friendships, your relationships, the rank you are in this company, when you take full responsibility by saying it is my fault that I am at the rank that I'm at, then the future you have control over. As long as you're blaming someone else, it's someone else's fault for your health or your financial being or the rank that you're at, that's someone else's fault. My upline doesn't do this or my upline that, or they're not doing this. You give up total control of your life. It's someone else's job to rank advance me. It's someone else's job to make me healthier or make me more money. No, it's yours. It's completely your job. Take full responsibility for where you are in your life, even though it may not be your fault. When you take responsibility, you have control of the future. And that's all I ever wanted. I just wanted control. I was 37 and other people were my customers controlled my future. The economy kind of controlled my future in my mind, and I changed it. I just changed it. I created my own current. Then I helped create a current for other people, and everything changed for me because I took responsibility. And that's all I'm asking you to do. That's it. Today, this might have been a little heavier leadership conversation. It's some things I'm working on, some trainings for this coming week, but I just thought, you know what? Considering that this is the last virtual training that we're doing as a massive group, we're moving into a different way of leading and teaching and training in the year 2020 that I thought I might leave you with a little bit of mindset. And just know that 2020 marks a year that we are fully invested in you as a team and helping you create a current for other people. That is our goal. So I hope that wasn't too deep. I hope you guys enjoyed my message today. And Tori, thank you so much. Thank all the other leaders. You guys are amazing. And I'll talk to you later.
What up, what up? What's going on, Team True Blue?
Can you start it over? Because I was like still getting adjusted. And your screen is.
Hi, my name is. Oh, I was stupid.
Good app. Good something. Good. Hey, go Tigers.
Test, 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 test.
Hey, Tori, and hello, everyone. Welcome. No, don't like that one.
Sonny, I can't even say his name, Tim, without laughing.
Hello, what? Bad hair day. Bad hair. Hold on, let me try this again.